Hello, my name is Dalton Flanagan. I'm going to introduce you to Google Colabs, and we're actually going to connect an OpenAI API key to a Google Colab so that we can have a conversation with a couple different chatbots and see how that goes. Okay. All right, let's just jump into a Google Colab. So a collaboratory, or a Google Colab for short, is a web-based notebook. It allows us to run Python code in our browser. It's really powerful and great for experimenting with AI because there's no configuration needed. Often everything you need is already loaded, and you get access to free GPUs and powerful GPUs as well. So you get a little bit of extra processing power. Also, it's easy to share with others. So let me show you how that works. So here I am in a Google Colab. Maybe somebody shared this with me. I can click up on File. I can go down to Save a Copy in Drive. And that's going to save a copy of this Colab notebook right in my own Google Drive, so I don't lose it, and I can edit it, and I can have my own copy. So that's how easy it is to share. I'm going to go up to Edit really quickly and say Clear Outputs. So I can show you my code here. I have a really simple line of code. Print hello world, so just a print statement. And what I want to do is maybe I want to add a little bit of text before that and explain what that code is going to do. So you can see if I hover over the center here, I can add a code cell or I can add a text cell. And I'll start by adding a text cell. And this prints hello world. So I'll put a little text in there that explains what my code does. And if I want to run that code, I press on this play button on the side. You can see the wheel spun for a little bit and then it printed hello world. So my code, my very simple print statement works. Maybe we'll want to add a little bit more code, so we can click on the add code button right here in the center. And then we can run that with the play button. And you can see it asks me what is my name. And when I enter it, it will say hello Dalton. So what we did right there is we created a variable called name. We took an input from the user. Again, we created a print statement, and this time we printed an F string, or a formatted string, that allows us to do a string literal and also add our variable name in there as well. So it will print out hello Dalton. So that is how we add text blocks and code blocks to a Google Colab. Tips for Colabs: from runtime, you can choose change runtime type from GPU to TPU, so graphics processing unit or tensor processing unit. And yep, those are the tips up there. So you can find that in runtime, and it would be change runtime type. So currently I am on CPU because I'm not running anything that I need a GPU for, but you can choose GPU or TPU. And I believe if you pay for this, then you can get access to more powerful GPUs, like A100, things like that. Okay, let's go into the next collab. So the next collab is where we're going to have a conversation between two chatbots. So these collabs will be linked down below so you can explore and play around with them. The first thing you're probably going to want to do is go into File and click on Save a Copy in My Drive. So you have a copy of the collab, so you don't lose it and you can play around with it. So this Google Colab was originally created by James Deck. This is a link to him on Twitter. He's doing a lot of cool things, introducing his students and other educators to AI and the possibilities that come along with that. If you're not following him yet, I would give him a follow. And then we have some lines of text and some lines of code that explain what each one do. So this first one is installing a Simpleaichat package in Python. So Simpleaichat, I'm going to jump over to GitHub really quickly. Simpleaichat is a Python package for easily interfacing with chat apps like ChatGPT and GPT-4. Has a lot of features and makes using those chatbots pretty easy. And there's a lot of documentation here to help you. I'm just in the README of Simpleaichat on GitHub, and I can link this down below so you can see. But there's lots of examples and ways that you can use it here. Okay, let me go back to my Google Colab. We are going to import a few libraries and modules. When we're importing libraries, we're like using other people's code to make our coding a little bit easier. The next one, you're going to want to put in an OpenAI API key. So let me show you how you find one of those. You go over to OpenAI and click Login. Once you're in, you're going to go to API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. It allows two programs to work together. In this case, it's going to allow our Google Colab to call up OpenAI and connect to ChatGPT. What we're going to create is like a secret key that allows us to connect through our own account. So over here, you'll see API keys with this lock here, and you can click on that. I'm going to create a new secret key. I'm going to copy that and click Done. Now you never want to share your API key with other people. So what I'm going to do is after I put this video out, I am going to delete this key. So you're not going to be able to use my API key when you are running this Google Colab. So you're going to need to get your own OpenAI API key, and then you should keep your API key secret. You shouldn't share it with other people. Okay, so that's our API key. We're putting it right in there in that line of code. Next up, we're going to use console to kind of to style the text. So style 1 is going to be bold, and we're going to use this hex color code, 5A, 5A, 5A. And then style 2, again, it's going to be bold, but instead of using a hex value, we're going to use a RGB value. So red will be 175, green will be 75, and blue will set to 0 to get the colors that we want. Next up, we're creating two chatbots, so chatbot 1 and chatbot 2. Chatbot 1, we're using this AI chat, and we are giving it instructions. So we're saying, you are Gandalf from the works of J.R.R. Tolkien, including The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Chatbot 2 is going to be Frodo Baggins from J.R.R. Tolkien. So when you run this conversation, you can create different characters, but I'm using Gandalf and Frodo Baggins. The next up is these are going to give instructions to the chatbot. So the first one I'm going to say, introduce yourself as Gandalf, and then we are printing with style 1. So we get that different color so that when the two chatbots talk, it's a little bit easier to tell who's talking. And then message 2, chatbot 2 is going to, remember this F is a formatted string, so we're going to respond to message 1 and then continue the conversation. Here we are printing it. We're printing message 2 with the style being style 2, so we get a different color. This last print is just to put a blank line in between these. And then message 3, chatbot 1 is going to respond to message 2. So when you want to run this code, you can go through and you can click each play button one at a time. But a little bit of a trick is if you go up to runtime, you can just click on run all. So all of the code will run one after the other. You can see the first message is coming out. I'm Gandalf the Grey, a wizard from the realm of Middle-earth. Frodo should respond to that. So, Gandalf the Grey, it's an honor to cross paths with you. And then finally, Gandalf will respond back to Frodo. I'm pretty excited about the advancements in AI and the AI agents and getting different AI agents to collaborate with each other. And so this is very like a simple version of that where we're getting two chatbots to have a little bit of a conversation with each other. And again, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make a copy of this Google Colab by saving a copy in your Google Drive. I'd like you to edit it. So I'd like you to give different text prompts to Chatbot 1 and Chatbot 2. You can style the colors different using style 1, style 2. You can create another chatbot. You can have them argue with each other. You can give them different instructions for these different messages and have them interact in different ways. So that's your challenge, is to edit the conversation, maybe add some different characters, have them interact in different ways, and style the text the way you want. Okay, I hope you have fun with this. I really enjoy it, and thanks for watching.